Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Match Head, and this is your official AEW World's End 2023 preview and predictions. I'm going to try so hard to get through this. I'm not going to, get into everything. I'm just going to give you the basics, my picks, and I'm going to get out of here. I hardly have a voice. Last night, I didn't have one at all. So just bear with me. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday afternoon. I was actually supposed to be there tonight, but with the way I'm feeling, it's not happening. So I'm going to just err on this side of caution, and I don't want to get the entire NASA Coliseum sick. So I'm doing what is right and correct. So what's right and correct? Please do me a favor and go follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, X, and Cameo. Visit. Let me do a Cameo. It's only $5. You can have me say anything you want, but if it's derogatory, I'm not doing it. Sorry. Please also do me a favor. Please go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Visit their website for all your beard essentials. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Visit their website for all your artillery to murder your thirst. You could get spring water, unflavored sparkling water. Also, you can get iced tea, and if you're an adult that's allowed to drink adult beverages, they're great for mixers. If you are into coffee, please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com and visit their website for all your coffee essentials. Please, next Saturday on January 6th, House of Glory is going to be going head to head with TNA Wrestling. Brace for impact. We have some matches that have been announced. We have the HOG World Tag Team Championship, the ABC Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay versus main event, Gringo Loco versus Nolo Catano, Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana for the HOG World Championship, Black Taurus versus Carlos Ramirez for the Crown Jewel Championship. And there's going to be more to come to follow. So if you can't be there, but if you check to see if you can get tickets at hogwrestling.net. But if you can't, download the app, the Premier app, and subscribe for $9.99 a month. Let's just get right into it. But I'm going to do all my picks for Wrestle Kingdom and for tonight's pay-per-view later on, because I'm going to give you the go-home shows for Collision and Rampage. Thank you, Marilyn. I love you. Thank you. Welcome aboard. I'm going to try my best tonight. I wasn't going to do this, but I feel compelled to do this. All right, let's get this party started. Let's go into Dynamite. Dynamite was coming from the additional financial arena in Orlando, Florida. Now, people are saying, oh, it was capacity. Kids were off. It was only 5,000 seat arena. I mean, that's what they normally have, maybe a little bit more when they were in a regular, cycle year. So, and I'm not going to comment on the Chris Jericho thing until things happen. It may be tomorrow, it may be later on tonight, who knows? But I'm not commenting on it. So we're going to recap with the Continental Classic final standings. Jon Moxley has 12, Swerve Strickland has 12, Jay White has 12, Rush has 6, Mark Briscoe has 3, Jay Lethal has 0. This was the Gold League. The Blue League, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson 10, Eddie Kingston 9, Andrade El Idolo was 9, Brody King was 6, Claudio Castagnoli was 6, and Daniel Garcia was 3. The triple threat, I think this was a triple threat match. Yeah, triple threat match. Gold League final. Jon Moxley versus Switchblade. Jay White versus Swerve Strickland. Here we go. Who's going to go into the final for the Gold League? Wonder Taz. Swerve was looking for a quick win, rolling up Max from behind. Mox kicked out, and then he and Swerve traded forearms. Moxley delivered some headbutts. Swerve and Moxley brawled around the ring while Jay White watched on. Swerve and Mox grabbed White and tossed him over the barricade. Mox then chucked Swerve over the barricade. Swerve put Mox on a chair and then charged into him with a running knee. The force pushed Moxley backward, with Moxley landed on his shoulders. Switchblade Jay White snuck up from behind Moxley and nailed him with a chop block. Jay White hammered down right hands on the head of Moxley. Jay White suplexed Moxley onto a steel chair. Moxley is back in the ring. Jay White chopped at Swerve and then suplex Swerved in the corner. Jay White tried to suplex Swerve, but Swerve countered with a kick from the apron. Moxley took down Jay White with a pump kick. Swerve was there waiting, but Moxley got a boot up and then raked the back of Swerve. Swerve connected with a lariat. Moxley then with a flying European uppercut European uppercut to the back of Moxley's head and neck. Swerve backdropped Moxley over the top rope. Swerve climbed to the top and rocked Mox and White with a diving frog splash to diving frog splash to them on the arena floor. Moxley retaliated with a tope suicida, diving Swerve back into the barricade. Moxley spiked Swerve with a pile driver for a near fall. Moxley followed up with a hammer and elbow strikes. Moxley tried for a German suplex, but Swerve fought it way out. Swerve jumped off the turnbuckles, but Moxley countered with a boot and a DDT for a 2 count. Moxley cleared off the timekeeper's table. Moxley was looking for a pile driver, but Jay White whacked Mox with a chair to the back and then hammered Moxley's leg with a knee lift with the chair. Jay White jumped back into the ring and Swerve cradled him for a near fall. Swerve blasted Jay White with a solid right hand shot. Swerve blasted White with a house call and with a house call kick. Swerve power slammed White. Swerve smashed White with a 450 splash. But Mox was there to kick Swerve with and break up Swerve's pin attempt on White. We are witnessing a classic set Excalibur. Moxley locked a bulldog choke on Jay White. Swerve rocked Mox with a house call. Jay White pushed, swerved onto Moxley, and Moxley defended with a King Kong lariat. Jay White planted Mox with a Blade Runner and went for the cover, but Swerve shoved off White, breaking up the pin to protect his own chances of winning the match. The fans chanted, "Fight forever, fight forever." Jay White smacked Moxley with a steel chair and then cracked Swerve in the ribs. Jay White propped the chair between the turnbuckle pads. Swerve grabbed Jay White and whipped him into the chair. Moxley and Swerve stood and traded open hand shots in the center of the ring. Swerve caught Moxley with a 2-pump kick. Swerve walloped Mox with a discus lariat. Swerve was looking for a JML driver, but Moxley bit on Swerve's finger. Swerve climbed up for the Swerve stomp, but Jay White knocked him down. Moxley impaled Jay White with a Death Rider and scored the pin. Jon Moxley is the winner of the Gold League and is going to the finals this Saturday at World's End on pay-per-view. Tony Schiavone presented Swerve with a contract to wrestle Keith Lee on this Saturday at World's End. Swerve, we'll see if he shows up this Saturday, said Swerve. Renee Paquette interviewed Mariah May on the ramp. Mariah May, you've waited so patiently for my debut, and I'm here to tell you when it's gonna be. I didn't feel 2023 had the best energy, not enough glamour. So my debut will be next week on the first Dynamite of the year because 2024 is all about Mariah. Rio ran out to chase Mariah May to the ring. AEW World Women's Champion Timeless Toni Storm sprinted down, but Rio tripped her up. Rio jumped off the top rope, crashing onto Toni Storm and Luther the Butler with a flying cross-body press. Backstage Top Flight, Darius and Dante Martin and Action Andretti had some words after their match last week with the Acclaim. Dante, there are plenty of trios for us to fight. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy, Rocky Romero, and Trent walked onto the set. Orange, we'll see you Friday. Honestly, Orange did the same thing to me last week. See you guys on Friday. Action, we'll see you this Friday. Rampage challenged accepted. A highlight package aired of the Redeemer. Miro and Miro threw out a challenge to Andrade El Idolo at World's End this Saturday. Tony Schiavone was in the ring with the Don Callis family Boxing Week celebration. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, and by the way, the whole thing with Sammy Guevara. I called it. Ring of Honor World TV Champion Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Don Callis came out. Don Callis, I have something important to say. As you may or may not know, there's been a lot of stuff going around outside the wrestling business the past couple of weeks. family stuff. It's been a very difficult 2 weeks for me. And guys, you know what I am talking about. And at times like this, you need your family. And I couldn't have gotten through without my family by me. And I've gotten all of you guys boxing gifts to show you my appreciation. Don Callis unveiled a painting of him at Powerhouse Hobbs, and then one of Takesha, and then had one of him of Kyle revealed. Don Callis finally, the Don Callis family feels complete. Sammy Guevara comes out and goes to the ring. Don Callis, what's up? Sammy, long time no talk, Don. Don, did you get the gift I sent for the kid? I'm glad you're here. To show you my appreciation, I got you a gift. This is a painting just for you. I did it especially. Sammy unveiled the painting, and it was a portrait of Sammy holding his newborn, surrounded by the Don Callis family. Sammy, Don, I have one question. Who the hell told you to put my baby on that? That's one thing you don't do. You don't take a likeness of somebody's child and do that. That's a Don, no one. But look at it again. You've got your whole family there supporting you, Sammy. Let's be honest. You're you're not the exactly mentally capable of being a parent. Sammy, you're worried about my parenting when you need to be worried about leading this group. You made everything about you. And I've had people that I would expect ask me how I was going when I got concussed, but I never got a message from you. Don, you're disappointed that I didn't call you. I'm disappointed that you dropped the ball when you got hurt and dropped the ball when you had greatest opportunity you've ever had. I'm disappointed that you were on leave when you were having a baby. So you chose the other family. You chose the Don K, or you. So you choose the other family, or you choose the Don Callis family. If you answer wrong, you're going to be remembered as just a big failure as a wrestler, as you're about to be as a parent. Why? This was not necessary. Sammy, I heard enough and shoved Don Callis to the mat. Powerhouse Hobbs bulldoze Sammy, and the rest of Callis's family began to stomp on Sammy. Chris Jericho ran to the ring and hit Hobbs and Takesha with Floyd, his baseball bat. Don Callis, the rest of Hobbs. I'm getting frustrated. Sorry. The rest of Callis' family retreated from the ring. Jericho swung at the painting and smashed them with his bat. For the final painting, he offered his bat to Sammy and invited to smash it. Sammy swung the bat and shattered the portrait. Jericho and Sammy hugged. AEW World Tag Team Champions Absolute Ricky Starks and Big Bill blindsided Jericho and Sammy from behind. Where did they come from? Asked Excalibur. Starks and Big Bill swarmed Sammy and Jericho. The arena lights went black. When the lights came back on, Sting and Darby Allin dropkicked Starks. Sting and Jericho took turns hammering away at Big Bill with their baseball bats. Sting and Darby Allin, and they had the back of Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. What an impromptu turn of events, said Excalibur. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Renee Paquette was backstage with Roderick Strong. Roddy, Renee, thank you for this time. Me and the fellas have been working on something for the past 5 days. The kingdom has a bulletin board full of suspects, connected yarn, trying to decipher who the devil was. All roads lead to Max. Is the devil. Listen to me. Max, I'm going to prove to you that you're the devil. You're eventually going to be exposed because Max is the devil. Continental Classic Blue League Final. Ring of Honor World and New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Eddie Kingston versus the American Dictator, Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Danielson was testing Eddie's patience. But Eddie grabbed Danielson with a suplex and followed up with a tope suicida. Kingston chopped at Danielson outside the ring. Danielson whipped Kingston into the barricades, but Kingston came back with a double sledge. Danielson gouged at Kingston's eyes. Danielson connected with a round kicks, tenderizing Kingston in the corner. Eddie cracked Danielson with headbutts. Danielson staggered Kingston on the apron with a DDT and then followed up with a flying knee. Back in the ring, Danielson was looking for a lapel lock, but Kingston scooted away towards the ropes. Danielson taunted and berated Kingston. They were all saying, "You're a bum." Kingston sent Danielson for a ride with an exploder suplex. Kingston went for a spinning back fix, but Danielson blocked it. Kingston followed up with a DDT, and now the fans chanted, "Let's go, Eddie." So right then and there, we know that basically who's going to be the winner. That's just weird. Danielson wanted his aggression from Kingston, said Excalibur. "Well, he's getting it," replied Taz. Danielson managed to put Kingston in the lapel lock. Kingston crawled to the ropes and forced the ref to break the hold. Danielson blasted Kingston with kicks and then snap suplex. Danielson climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Eddie charged in the corner and chopped Danielson, stalling Danielson's progress. Danielson slipped between Eddie's legs and then pulled him backwards in a tree of woe. Danielson kicked Eddie, who was tied up in the ropes. Danielson smashed Eddie with a running drop kick. Danielson tried to suplex Eddie off the turnbuckles, but Eddie shifted and landed on the top of Bryan's injured eye. Danielson kicked Eddie on the inside of the knee, brought him down. Kingston fired back with more chops, bringing Danielson to his knees. Danielson blocked a chop and hurled Eddie with a shoulder capture suplex for a near fall. Kingston connected with a lariat and then followed up with a Northern Lights bomb for a near fall on Danielson. Bryan found the strength to connect with a running knee strike for a 2 count on Eddie. Danielson battered Kingston with the hammer and anvil elbow. Danielson captured Eddie's wrist and stomped on Eddie's head. Eddie flipped off Danielson. Eddie blocked Danielson's running knee strike with a spinning back fist. Kingston hurled Danielson with a half and half. Danielson caught Kingston with a roundhouse kick. Eddie smashed Danielson again with a spinning back fist. Kingston powerbombed Danielson and pinned him. Eddie Kingston is the winner of the Blue League, and he will be facing Jon Moxley tonight. for the Continental Classic Championship. Not only has Eddie defeated Bryan Danielson, but he only also has one step closer to that crown. Continental crown, said Excalibur. Jon Moxley walks down the ramp and enters the ring to check on Danielson. Kingston sneered at Moxley. Moxley, Eddie, all I ever asked from you, every time I stuck my neck out for you, all I ask is for you to give me 100%. And for a guy who thinks the whole world is against him, you've got a lot of people who love you. Listen to this building, man. Everyone here in Orlando loves Eddie Kingston. AEW fans across the country and the world love Eddie Kingston. Every person in the building on Saturday at World's End in New York, Long Island, not city, is going to love Eddie Kingston. And they don't care whether you win or lose, but they deserve your very best. They deserve your maximum effort. Problem is, I know you better than you know yourself. I know you can't beat me, and I know you can't beat me. So for my money, you're already lost. You're already given up. You're already making excuses, but that's not going to fly this time. A couple of years ago, I gave you a shot of your lifetime and let you off the hook. This time you're not going to get one single favor. You want to be a Triple Crown just like all your heroes. You're going to have to earn every inch. So then Kingston, which I'm going to blow my nose yet again. I'm sorry. I'm still not 100%. So it was Kingston's turn. You talk enough. Let me tell you something. I don't come out here and treat me like a young boy, Yuta, because I ain't no young boy. Remember something. I broke in you before. Wait. I broke in before you. You're lucky I let you breathe. I'm going to tell you something. You're right. I'm the most down people. I'm one of the most down people. I hate myself more than I hate anybody else. But on Saturday, the king of the bums is going to push you. You told me once when I wanted to quit AEW, you said you're not allowed to because we need people like you around to shape the younger guys. So is that what you want, John? I'm going to give you everything I have. You better show your fighting spirit because I'm going to show you mine. And I'm going to bust you up and enjoy it. This is going to be one fucking wing ding of a fucking match. This is going to be probably my favorite match of all time. With these two is like, what is it going to remind me of? It's going to remind me of like a Timothy Thatcher type match with like a Bryan Danielson. It's going to be great. It's going to be just fun. It's just it's a match that you're gonna just be so blessed to be a wrestling fan to watch it, and I can't wait. Lexi Nair had a sit-down interview with TNT champion Christian Cage and the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. Lexi introduces the viewers to Shayna Wayne, Nick Wayne, and the TNT champion Christian Cage. Christian Cage, first of all, it's Mother Wayne and the prodigy Nick Wayne. I've been sitting here all night waiting for Adam Copeland to show up. Copeland stormed the set. Copeland threw Nick Wayne into a cargo box. Christian and Copeland began to slug it out. AEW security did their best to pry Copeland off Christian. Copeland fought free while Christian Cage tried to escape through a side door. Adam Copeland caught up with Christian Cage and shoved him against a concrete wall. Wrestlers pried them apart while Copeland yelled, "You're mine, you're mine." Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue. I completely went right past the next segment. Sorry. Sky Blue has changed her look. She's different. She approaches her matches differently, said Tony Schiavone. Well, I think her buddy Julia Hart rubbed off on her. And you could take that all other different ways. If you know, you know, replied Taz. Sky slapped Chris in the face. Chris slammed Sky with a shoulder tackle, followed up with a scoop slam. Chris took down Sky with a drop kick. Chris blocked a suplex from Sky. Chris countered with a delayed vertical suplex. Sky cracked Chris with a running knee strike and then a pump kick to the side of the head. Sky planted Statlander on the ring apron, using Chris's own momentum against her. Chris rolled through with a deadlift, German suplex for a near fall on Sky. Sky ducked a kick and connected with a thrust kick. Sky hit the Code Blue for a near fall on Statlander. Sky jumped off the top rope, looking for a Hurricane Rana. But Statlander caught her and rocked Sky with a powerbomb for a 2 count. Chris kicked Sky, and Sky played possum while the ref checked on Julia Hart. Jumped out of nowhere and clocked Chris Statlander with a TBS championship. The ref didn't see it. Sky walloped Chris with an avalanche Code Blue and pinned Statlander. Sky Blue attacked Chris Statlander after the match. Julia Hart and Sky Blue double-teamed Statlander. Willow Nightingale ran to the ring to help Chris. Willow dished out clotheslines, and Sky and Julia ran from Willow. As Sky Blue and Julia retreated from the ring, Abaddon appeared and stared at Julia. Sky Blue and Julia Hart jumped off the ramp and took a side route away from Abaddon. Renee Paquette was backstage, interviewed Ruby Soho and Saraya. Renee asked Ruby how she felt knowing that she's taking on Marina Shafir this Friday. Saraya, I'm really excited for you, but I can't keep this in. I'm so sorry, Ruby, but I know it's your birthday next month. I've been giving you so many gifts. Well, I thought I'd give you something special for Rampage. I've got you a little help. Come on in, Harley. Look at her. She'll do anything. Ruby's phone rang and she apologized, but she had to take a call. Saraya, is that Angelo? Tell him I said hi. I love that guy. Ruby left to answer the phone. Renee asked how Saraya's partnership with Harley came together. Saraya, why don't I show you? Go on. Harley pulled a knife from behind her back. Saraya, whoa, let's try another thing. We'll fill you in next week. Renee, put that knife back. Put that back. Main event, Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Devil Masked Men. Hi, Chris. Sorry about my voice, but I'm trying here, giving it that old college try tonight. The masked men were sitting in the ring, and then MJF introduced and walked down to the ring. Then Samoa Joe was introduced by Justin Roberts. He didn't walk out to the ring. Footage played on the big screen from backstage, where Samoa Joe was on the ground injured. Samoa Joe was holding his right leg, writhing in pain. Aw, thanks, Chris. MJF told the referee, I'm doing this match. MJF took the fight to the masked men, stopping one of them in the corner. Samoa Joe tried to pull off the mask, but the other masked man pulled MJF's throat across the top rope. MJF rammed one of the masked men across the steel ring post. He tried to pull off the mask, but the third masked man crawled out from beneath the ring and clocked MJF with a steel pipe on MJF's injured shoulder. One of the masked men nailed MJF with the heat seeker and scored the pin, while the other masked man held his legs. The Devil Masked Men are the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. More of the masked men began to swarm MJF in the ring. Samoa Joe hobbled to the ring with a steel chair underneath his arm. The masked men retreated away from Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe helped MJF to his feet, and then the devil appeared on the big screen. The devil appeared, but the following words appeared. Pleasure doing business with you. MJF stared at the message, and then Samoa Joe cracked MJF in the back with the steel chair. Has Joe been working with the devil the whole time? Asked Excalibur. I think definitely has been working with the devil, replied Taz. Guys, I agree. He's in a league with the devil himself, added Tony Schiavone. Samoa Joe was walking fine now and picked up MJF. Joe planted MJF with the muscle buster in the center of the ring. Samoa Joe picked up the AEW World title and held it up. That is a no. That's going to... We all know we don't do that. If you have a title shot, you don't do that. So Dynamite will be at the Prudential Center in New Jersey this Wednesday. So we are going to go to Rampage and then give you my picks, and then I'll get out of here. This was taped on Wednesday from the edition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. Please, while you're here, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you will know about it. Rampage kicked off with Chris Jericho coming to the ring. Jericho, we had a huge fight on Dynamite last Wednesday, and Sammy Guevara quit Don Callis' family. And of course, we had to gang up to attack him. So I came down to help Sammy. And then Sting and Darby came out to help us, which leads to a huge 8-man tag at World's End tomorrow. I'll be tagging with Sting for the first time ever. Sting told me he would have my back, and he was a man of his word. And I've got a lot of respect for Sting too. Now, before we go to World's End, I need to figure out a few things with Sammy Guevara. Sammy, come out here and let's discuss a few things in the ring now. Sammy Guevara's music hit, and he goes out to the ring. Excalibur wondered if time healed all wounds. Jericho, they love you here tonight in Orlando. and I've always been a fan of yours. A few months ago, we had a great match on Dynamite, and instead of celebrating that match together, you turned on me and joined the Don Callis family. I want to ask you, man, why? Sammy, Chris, it's hard being in your shadow, man. Name any accolade you have done it all. And maybe somewhere along the line, I started blaming you for why I wasn't where I needed to be. I felt like you were holding me back. I was holding myself back. It's time I stop blaming others and become a man that I know I am. I was home reflecting. I know I'm that man. I should have been the good friend that you were to me. So really all I can offer you is I'm sorry. Jericho. Well, Sammy, I accept your apology and I want to say the same to you. I'm sorry too. I want to tell you why. Maybe sometimes I'm a bit controlling, but I've always been one of your biggest fans. I brought you here to AEW. I had you in the inner circle and the JAS, and here right now. I always believed in you. I've always will. Okay, so let me ask you this. We have an 8-man tag at World's End, but after that, I still have the tag team opportunity for the AEW World Tag Team Championship, and I need a partner. So I want to ask you, will you reunite with Chris Jericho and reunite the Elite Sex Gods? Sammy looked at Jericho and hugged him. Jericho, Elite Sex Gods are back, baby. Renee Paquette was backstage with Daniel Garcia and Matt Menard. Menard, how about the biggest win of Garcia's career last Saturday night? Taken away by the House of Black. Garcia, House of Black, I'm absolutely sick of people like you thinking you can walk in here and walk all over people like us. We're not having it anymore. We're going to fight back. I mean, not be today, but maybe tomorrow. We're gonna get you back. I promise you. Pay up. Ruby Soho versus the problem Marina Shafir. Ruby dodged a kick from Marina and then grabbed Marina by the hair, pulling her down to the mat. Marina fired back with vicious kicks. Harley grabbed at Marina's legs, and Ruby tripped Marina, taking advantage of the distraction. Marina smashed Ruby with a running lariat. She followed up with a backbreaker to Ruby. Maria dropkicked Ruby. Soraya jumped onto the ring apron, but Nyla yanked her down. Harley flung herself onto Nyla's back, but Nyla powered her to the arena floor. Soraya jumped over the guardrail and ran away. Nyla chased her through the fans. Ruby blasted Marina with a no future kick for the near fall. Marina grabbed Ruby once again. Harley tried to get involved and propped her onto the ring apron. Marina swung at Harley, but Harley avoided it. Ruby rolled up Marina from behind, hung onto Marina's tights, and pinned her. Do I care? No. Backstage, Don Callis, along with the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Big Bill, and Absolute Ricky Starks, had some choice words for Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin ahead of their match at World's End tonight. Don Callis, your world ends tomorrow. Powerhouse Hobbs, look at this team tomorrow night. The four of you find you out why I'm big, black, and jacked. Kaya Fletcher, hell yeah, tomorrow night on pay-per-view, you'll find out why the Don Callis family is on top of the food chain along with our new friends, Big Bill and Ricky Starks. Big Bill, tomorrow night, my backyard in front of my friends and family. Us four are going to whoop all four of your asses. Ricky Starks, congratulations, Chris Jericho. You found four other idiots. This is my retirement gift for you, Sting. You will not make it to Revolution after tomorrow night. Renee Paquette was backstage with Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. Renee said Willow asked for this time to address some of the rumors going around at the hands of Stokely Hathaway. Willow, honestly, I just want to make sure you and I are cool. Chris, he's trying to say I'm taking all the credit for the street fight. You yourself are an amazing wrestler. I was kind of thinking I'm from Long Island. You're from Long Island. We've got World's End coming up in Long Island. I really love to share the ring again. Stokely Hathaway interrupted. Stokely, share the ring together. I think that's a great idea, but I have a question for you. What took you so long to save your so-called bestie on Dynamite? How about you two share the ring against one another at World's End? Statlander, really like that, actually. I really respect you as a wrestler and as a friend, and so World's End. Willow agreed, so that's why. Both of them are from. This is where my Long Island pride is going to go completely out through my pores tonight. I'm so pissed that I can't be there, but I can't knowingly get people sick. ROH Pure Championship match. Wheeler Yuta versus Matt Sydal. Your judges are Jimmy Jacobs, Christopher Daniels, and Sarah Stock. They begin the match with some incredible chain wrestling. Sydal escaped a Christopher pin attempt and then nearly caught Yuta himself. Yuta chopped Sydal, but Sydal answered with chops of his own. Sydal nailed Yuta with a roundhouse kick. Yuta retaliated with a suplex, hit a snapmare, and then dropped a knee on Sydal. Yuta drop kicked Sydal and covered him for a near fall. Sydal connected with a air raid crash for a 2 count on Yuta. Yuta slipped behind Sydal and rocked him with a bridging German suplex for a near fall. Yuta tied up Sydal in a submission, but Sydal managed to reach the ropes with his boot, utilizing his first rope break. Yuta, hold on. Yuta smashed Sydal with a hammer and elbow strikes. Yuta transitioned to putting Sydal into a seatbelt and pinned Matt Sydal. Danhausen walked onto the ramp after the match. Danhausen, Yuta, it's Danhausen, the Ring of Honor legend himself. And I decided to appoint myself the fourth judge. I noticed you're wrestling my good friend and some tag team partner Hook at World's End. I've been keeping a close eyeball on you. You cheated, and therefore I have to disqualify you. You lost. Wheeler Yuta decked Danhausen. Yuta spiked Danhausen with a DDT. Yuta hammered Danhausen with elbows until the FTW champion Hook headed straight to the ring to even up the odds. Yuta bailed right away. Main event time trios championship match. AEW International Championship champion Orange Cassidy, Rocky Romero, and Trent Beretta versus Action Andretti, Top Flight, Dante Martin, and Dante and Darius Martin. Cassidy rolled up Andrade with a crucifix pin for near fall. Orange put his hands in his pockets and drop-kicked Action. Trent tagged in and hit an elbow on Action Andrade. Darius grabbed a tag and put Trent in a slide headlock. Trent and Darius traded chops to the chest. Dante tagged in and splashed Trent with a standing senton over the top. Top Flight and Action Andretti connected with a triple tope suicida on their opponents. Back in the ring, Rocky and Andretti slugged it out. Action took Rocky off his feet, jumping off the top rope with a crossbody press. Dante and Trent tagged in for their respective teams. Dante connected with a crossbody press for near fall. Top Flight used tandem offense, and Darius nailed Trent with a flatliner, but Orange broke up the pin attempt. Orange crushed Darius with a stun dog millionaire. Action hit a 450 springboard on Trent, but Rocky and Orange broke up the pin attempt. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Trent drove Darius down with a suplex. Andrade wiped out Trent with a moonsault to the floor. Rocky climbed to the top, but Action kicked Rocky in the head, stunning him. Trent came up from behind and hurled Action with a released German suplex off the top turnbuckle. Trent went for an orange punch, but Dante countered. Rocky tagged in, but Dante planted him and scored the pin. This was the win that Top Flight and Action Andretti was looking for, said Excalibur. So we are finished with this. They are headed to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey this Wednesday. And 0 Hour is going to be starting at 6:30 tonight. So 2 hours, people. All right, my picks. First, we're going to do World's End. And then we're going to do Wrestle Kingdom. MJF versus Samoa Joe. I'm taking Samoa Joe, though I want MJF to win. Eddie Kingston versus Mox for the Continental Classic Championship. Eddie Kingston, I'll take. No DQ for the TNT title. Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage. Adam Copeland wins. Tony Storm versus Rio for the AEW Women's World Championship. Tony Storm. Julia Hart versus Abaddon for the TBS title. Julia Hart wins. Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. Keith Lee wins. Andrade El Idolo versus Miro. Miro is going to win. Sting, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Chris Jericho versus Big Bill, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Konosuke Takeshita. I'm going to take Sting's team. You're not going to have him lose. Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Jay Briscoe, and Daniel Garcia versus Jay White, Roosh, Jay Lethal, and Brody King. I'm going to take Jay White's team. 0 Hour. Hook versus Eula Wheeler for the FTW Championship. Hook is going to win. Battle Royal for the number one contenders title. They haven't mentioned or they haven't announced anything. Chris Statlander versus Willow. I will take Chris Statlander. Hold on one more second. This is ridiculous, but I'm sorry. Hey, at least I'm on here. Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Sonata versus Tetsu Naito. Sonata will retain. Okada versus Danielson. Danielson will be winning. Okada will put him over as his contract is up. For the inaugural IWG Global Heavyweight Championship, Will Ospreay versus Jon Moxley versus Dave Finlay. I will take Dave Finlay. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu Tanahashi, I think, versus El Desperado. El Desperado I'll take. New Japan World TV Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'll take Zack Sabre Jr. Never Openweight Championship. Shingo Takagi versus Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga is going to regain it. He needs to win the World Heavyweight Championship before he goes to WWE because he's perfect there. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship Tag Team titles. Clark Connors and Drilla Mallory versus TJP and Francisca Akira. I'll take the Clark Connors. Winner takes all. IWGP Tag Team and Strong Openweight, which they just have these titles. Now they're going to merge them. Why bother? Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi versus Hikuleo and El Fantasmo. I'm going to take Hikuleo and El Fantasmo. Yuta Uemura versus Yota Itsura. I can't even pronounce it. I'll take the first one. Kato Kimura and Shota Umino versus Ren Nardia and Evil. I'll take the Ren Nardia and Evil. I will be back here tomorrow at some point, probably. Hopefully by 11 or 12, you'll know when I get up. For the review of World's End. I will be back here on Thursday, I think. When is the 4th? The 4th is a Thursday. Thursday afternoon at some point, or Thursday morning, I will be going live with the review of Wrestle Kingdom. And then Friday at 2 p.m., I will be going live with episode 322. I want everybody to have a great weekend. Have enjoyed tonight's event, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for understanding with my voice. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, You will know about it. Please go check out my Astro Classics at myastroclassics.com. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Please go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. Please go and check out their latest, their coming event, which is Brace for Impact. They will be going up against TNA, and it's the next Saturday. And some of the matches have been announced. HOG World Tag Team Champions ABC Club versus main event. Gringo Loco versus Nola Catano. Josh Alexanders versus Mike Santana for the HOG World Championship. Black Taurus versus Carlo Ramirez for the Crown Jewel Championship. So go check that out. If you can't get tickets at hogwrestling.net, download the Premier app, and it's only $9.99 a month. So I will see you tomorrow at some point for the review. Have a great evening. Go check out the rest of my content. Follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Threads, and Cameo. Go check all of them out. Have a great night and enjoy the event. I love you all. Bye-bye.